Yo, what's going on, you guys? This is another day in my life of me building my business up to $2 million for the year. In this video, we'll be talking about the rebrand that we are doing for the jewelry store, rev check, and then I'll let y'all go about your day. So as you guys know, we've been running this jewelry store now for a couple of years now. We've done like 3 mil rev with it thus far in the last couple of years. Nothing too crazy, honestly, first store I ever launched. Currently right now, this is like the first year where it's been very, shaky and shit like that. The reason being is because the product honestly is pretty saturated, and we've tested a bunch of different angles, all that shit, blah 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 blah. But I started realizing that we need a new product to scale because we are mostly focusing on one product. So yeah, that's kind of like the spark notes of basically what the situation looks like. There's a lot of different other aspects of it, things that'll go along with it as well, but don't want to bore you guys. Just watch the other videos if you care. Now, this leads us to where we are right now. We currently pause ads for that jewelry store because honestly, it was bleeding money for this whole month, and really like the last 6 months, we've been kind of operating, not even kind of, we've been operating on a 1.1 ROAS, which honestly usually isn't that bad, but it started becoming very unprofitable, and it just didn't make sense to continue, letting it to run. So that's kind of like the spark notes of what's going on with that store, to keep it short and sweet. Yeah, that leads us again to where we are today. We found a jewelry product that was on AliExpress, but nobody's currently selling it. It seems like it was just a concept because we can't source it. My agents are usually able to source, or my suppliers are usually able to source every single product, on AliExpress. But for whatever reason, they couldn't sell this product. So I said, whatever, fuck it. We already sold a couple of units on it, honestly. And we were sending the wrong ones to the customers because it wasn't what was in the picture. So then we had to refund those customers. But in that, I realized, there might be something here with this product. It's a variation of another winning product that's done probably close to like, I don't know, over $10 million for sure. Plus another winning product that is currently going crazy right now on TikTok Shop along with Pinterest. And it's basically a combination of the two. So I'm like, if that makes sense anyways. So I said, okay, bet. Let's, just get it developed. And we've been waiting for it for like a couple of weeks now. This morning, I got the package in the mail. Product looks good, like quality wise, but there is a little bit of changes that we do need to make before low-key letting it, touch the market. So we are going to send that in later today. And yeah, I guess at that point, after that, it's going to be a waiting game as well. We're gonna have to wait for another couple of weeks to get the finalized sample of the product. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We developed, like, not really developed, but I guess we, fixed this one product. We're going to sell it. Again, it hasn't really been sold crazy, but this current type of product is trending again on TikTok Shop as well as on Pinterest. So that's why we have kind of like the proof of concept that it's probably going to do well. And yeah, that's why we're testing it out. That's kind of where we are at right now. We are going to do, what else do I want to tell you guys before I start? Yeah, so we're gonna have to order, order this in batch. It has an MOQ of like 1,000 units. I mean, not 1,000, 100 units, which is like 1.5K USD. So it's not, nothing crazy. But still we have to pay that shit out of pocket, and that's going to probably be, not even probably, that's going to be the test that we're gonna have to do to see, if this is worth even pursuing further before we get a larger batch. Hopefully though, our supplier lets us dropship the shit. We're going to, basically the goal is to sell out those units and like renegotiate with them and see if they're down to dropship it, because if they're able to dropship it, I can almost guarantee you we can push rev with it. It's literally like, kind of similar to what the hero product is in a way, even though our hero product is a necklace. But like the functionality of it is, like, the reason why people buy it is very similar. So that's why I think if we were able to do 3 mil with this product, that honestly, in my opinion, now that I'm looking at it, isn't necessarily the best. Like, the quality is good, but the use case of it is very like niche down. If we're able to do it with that product, then with this broader product that's currently killing on TikTok Shop and doing well on Pinterest, you know, we should theoretically be able to do well with this. So that's like my thought process. So yeah, we're kind of a little bit in the trenches with that store. Not even a little bit. We are in the trenches with that store. You know, we're in a down period with it. Yeah, that's what we've been testing out. That's why we again stopped ads. That's what we're waiting for. And from there though, today, once I submit what, you know, the issues are and the things that we want to change onto the product, we're going to also go ahead and start, you know, planning out how we're going to do our ad strategy, because, you know, we want to sell these shits. So there's two routes. So the first one that I've been thinking is that we are probably going to send people to the landing page and then just say, oops, it's sold out, and get people to add, you know, their email to the email list. So then we send a blast once it drops. So we're gonna do that for like 3 weeks until we collect probably like 1K or like 2K, 3K amount of people onto the list. And then from there, we are going to do a drop, and maybe, you know, maybe like 60 or 100 people purchase. And then from there, we'll recoup our money. You know what I mean? That's kind of the plan. Again, I don't know how that's going to go. That's like one option that I have. A second option is that we just sell it, like, you sell it normally. It sells out, and then we just continue like running like low budget to it. And then we just, you know, restock after that. So like, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of like the game plan, how we're trying to launch. In terms of creatives though, there is a bunch of different options that we have for them. There's like 10 angles that I threw on a Figma board that we can go into that I think could easily sell a product really, really well. We are looking to pivot as well the brand. Instead of targeting like kind of broadly everyone, like men and women, blah blah, we're trying to mainly target women, because women, women literally down to buy whatever, and they're literally the biggest consumers. Are down to spend a lot of money. They make impulse purchases as well, as long as they like the product. And I've seen that from the way people were talking about the product, a similar product on TikTok Shop. Like, they're just buying it because of like the simplest features, simplest benefits, simplest this and that. They're just down to buy it just because it's a good price and because it looks cool. So that's moving forward. That's kind of what we're going to, you know, adopt. That concept, just again targeting women, and, you know, making it a great experience for them and making them the target audience. And that's again the goal moving forward. So big changes on that brand. We might also launch some other products, the one that's on TikTok Shop as well, just to get some, you know, decent cash flow coming in, because right now there's not really a good amount of rev coming from that store. Like, we're doing like, you know, a couple $100s a day on there, but nothing crazy. And we do have, you know, payroll on there that we need to maintain as well. So, you know, we got to bring some rev into the door. So I don't know what it's kind of all over the place, but I don't know what the game plan is going to be there to, you know, continue to maintain the rev as we look to launch this product. It's probably going to just be testing a bunch of other products similar to it, I guess, like I just mentioned, and just grow the catalog. Because the big issue that I noticed is that I was fucking up. When you're running a jewelry store, or even just fashion, apparel, whatever, you know, the whole thing about it is that you have an option to, you know, build a collection. You have an option to do, you know, drops, rather than just building a one product store. Because at the end of the day, this is not a one product store when you are running a apparel or jewelry store. That's not the case, and that's kind of how I was treating it. And because of that, you know, we're suffering right now. We never, added new. We have a good amount of products on the store, but we've never pushed it the way that we're pushing this here product. So therefore, not in this down period, there's nothing on the store necessarily that I look at it and say, yo, let's put more budget into this. Like, there's other ones that are, you know, they got sales, but it's because they're very, very similar to the hero products. So we need to find other jewelry products that complement the store, but don't necessarily aren't necessarily the same as the hero product, because again, that is too niche, and we want something that's a bit more broader, that we can target a lot more people, if that makes sense. So that's like the pivot. I do understand that I can test a lot of different products, and I'm going to look into that, but I've just been planning, just thinking about, you know, what's the game plan here? You know, I was like, yo, do we just dub the store? Do we want to do this and that? You know, and yeah, that's kind of, again, that's where we're at. And yeah, we're kind of not where I thought we'd be. on the series. You know, road to 2 mil for the year with the store. Someone asked me where we're at for the year across you know, the ecom brands. Currently we're like at 210K for the year, I think, which isn't good. And realistically, it's not necessarily I guess for the years it's more about getting to that point where we're doing $2 million a year. So we have a long way ahead of us for the year. We are very, very cooked right now, so bear with me. Please bear with me, but we'll get there. We'll get there, man. You know, we'll get there. We're not really stressed necessarily. We just understand that we need to really, you know, plan what we want to do. Because again, there's many avenues we could go into to, you know, make the amount of money that we want to. We have this new health store that's, you know, doing a lot better than before. That one is probably going to start picking up soon. We're going to get some good cash flow in there. And then from there, we're just going to build, you know, this jewelry brand to whatever point we can get it to. Ideally, you know, we want to get this to do a consistent. I'm low-key yapping right now. Bear with me. I'm kind of ranting, whatever. But we want to get that shit to 100K a month. Right now we are really far from it. For this month, I don't even think we crossed 10K for the jewelry store. And again, bear with me, man. Like, fuck, there's like a hole right here. What the hell? I'm just trying to get to the car wash, boys. Gotta get to the car wash. Side note, mind you, I cleaned my car on Tuesday, on Wednesday. I got it detailed by my boy Simon. And I looked at my car today. I don't know what it was, and there's like some weird shit on it. So I'm low-key heated. So, like, crazy side note, but I decided to just get the shit washed, bro, because the shit looks, like, exterior-wise, it looks fucked. I don't know if y'all can see, but there's some weird-ass shit on the V, bro. Low-key just me, but I don't know, this shit was pissing me off. But yeah, I don't know, that shit was genuinely pissing me off, so I gotta get this shit clean again, bro. Like, just a little quick wash, little $7, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. I gotta do it, bro. This shit's literally bothering me, but yeah, what was I saying? But yeah, that's kind of the update on that jewelry store. Again, I realized that we can low-key test different products, so we're going to do that as well. And yeah, we're trying to get that shit back to 100K a month. So again, we're like ultra trenches right now with the jewelry store, which was our main store, which was, again, the store that has allowed me to get to the point where I am right now, the store that basically taught me everything. So it's kind of sad. Like, it's one of those where it's like, damn, your baby's like, it's like if you just had a baby and your baby, okay, this is a crazy analogy. It's like you just had a baby and your baby just, I don't know, you raise your baby for like 15 years and your baby, fuck, this is a bad analogy, but your baby like starts dying and shit, your baby's sick. Like, I don't know, it's just like, it's just hurting me, bro. So it's like, we gotta get the main store back up and running. Again, we have this new product that got to my house. We're gonna see what we can do with that. Launch something else as well, potentially, maybe, who knows. Again, I'm still doing product research and finding what angle I want to go to, but I do know I want to target women. And yeah, that's, I guess, the update for that store. House store, a lot of things really changed with the house store this whole week. We did way more rev this week than we did so far the whole duration of running the store. And we're not profitable yet. We've had some profitable days throughout this week, but we're not profitable yet. But we've been making some very, very good discoveries because we've been testing, honestly, a whole lot of things. From first the offers, then creatives, landing page. Right now we have a winning VSL that we've been fucking with, and we've just been looking to understand why it's doing well. And from that VSL, we started to identify that it's because we were hyper specific in the ad, and now we are making a lot more ads towards that persona and kind of gearing our whole brand around that specific persona. So for example, if the persona was somebody that is an electrician, has knee pain, he's 45, you know, he doesn't want to not be able to work anymore, he wants to be able to support his kids, he wants to be able to play with his kids after work, blah, blah, blah. That is who exactly this person is. You want to make the ad about that, talk in depth about exactly who this person is. That's how we are basically going about, talking about this persona inside our ad. And in doing that, we've been able to, do this month 4K. We've probably spent like 3 or some shit like that. We spent a good amount of money, not gonna lie. But we're starting to see progress and kind of to understand who our persona that we're targeting to right now is. So very, very good progress comparable to last month. We did 1.6K with this new store. This month we did 4, and we're probably gonna do a lot more moving forward. So pretty good win. And yeah, a thing that I noticed as well is like you can never be too certain on who your demographic is, all that type of shit is. Like you really just have to test until you figure shit out. Like when I first launched this shit, I thought we were gonna target nurses. I mean, we can target nurses, but the way I was doing it wasn't necessarily the best. And in that, we identified again this winning persona that we are currently targeting, and that's what is probably going to get us to the first 1K day. And yeah, we kind of shift our focus, like I just mentioned, to this one persona. And that means what we did is our creative, our advertorial, and our landing page all talk about the one persona. We aren't going about making the landing page generalized, the advertorial generalized, because that's what I was doing before. Everything basically was generalized and there wasn't any congruency. And while that allowed us to generate the first initial amount of sales, that's not what's going to allow us to be able to be able to scale. Because everybody that's targeting the product, if they're doing a knee brace, everybody's going to say, hey, are you struggling with knee pain? But if you start off your ad and say, yo, are you 45? And you go exactly into how the person's feeling, they're going to resonate more with you, and they're going to obviously want to, shop with you. Because let's say, I guess Gymshark is a good example. Everybody sells, gym apparel. Like, I don't know, Walmart sells gym apparel. But a lot of people will be down to shop with Gymshark because Gymshark is saying, yo, we're for the athletes, blah, 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 blah. And again, if you're an athlete or you resonate with, get what I'm trying to say? Like, if you resonate with their message, whatever they're talking about in their ads or what their core message is, you're going to fuck with Gymshark more than buying some shit from Walmart. So that's the same thing when you're, selling a health product. If somebody has knee pain, if you just talk about generalized knee pain, but you don't specifically say, yo, you're this age, you're this profession, you're just basically in the same boat of everybody, and it's going to be very, very hard to scale. But if you create your own blue ocean for yourself, and again, you're targeting the specific persona that's 45, electrician, it's going to perform a lot better. And you're basically making the pool of people you're targeting, since it's more specific, you don't have to fight for all the scraps of everybody selling products for knee pain, if that makes sense. So that's how we're looking at things right now, moving forward. And we're still testing shit out. We still have a bunch of things we need to test with our creatives. We are testing currently 4 different advertorial listicle altogether. The main one that we've been running as generalized is still getting sales, so we left it on. We also have one listicle targeted to this persona, one redo of the main landing page with the persona, and another advertorial that's more of a story time advertorial of someone basically kind of just saying the same story in the advertorial, but not the same thing, but just showing you guys that this is like, let's say, because when somebody is like an electrician and blah, 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 they have the same type of story. So the advertorial basically is a story time of, I guess, how do I want to word this? Not the same thing, but a different discovery story of how you found the product that's quite similar to advertorial, just to make it congruent. And he says, yo, I found this, blah, 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 whatever. And then, yeah, I guess you guys might get the point. And yeah, that's what we're testing right now. We have UGC that we're waiting on for our editor. Not an editor, sorry, from this guy that I hired on Fiverr to make B-roll. So we're getting B-roll. We have this person that made a good script, and we're just literally making our winning ad way better than the competition, because everybody's using what's it called? The UGC platform to you make voiceovers and make arcades. Everybody's using arcades. That's what I was using as well for our, initial ad. It's doing well right now. It's probably gotten damn near 100 sales now. So why not invest and get some custom content? So that's what we did. And yeah, that's where we're at. We got custom content for that shit. And yeah, we should probably be able to scale with that creative since we got B-roll. We have some person actually saying the script, a real person. It looks way better than the, how it looked with the arcades AI creator. And everything is starting to get congruent. So we should be able to scale that up. If we're able to scale that up, that's going to give us a lot more comfortability while we are also running the jewelry store, because then we'll be like, okay, we're making money here. Cool, whatever. And, we won't be stressed out. We'll be chilling. But because now we're kind of cooked, it is kind of fucked situation. Then again, I put myself there, so, we can't blame anyone but myself. But, I'm good. We've got pretty good amount of savings because of, this jewelry store that we've ran for the last couple of years. So, we're chilling, but we do need to make some good money quick. Not quick, but we need to make some good money just so, we don't go broke. Because obviously, the longer you don't make money, the longer you get cooked. All right, we're in the car wash, boys. Type shit. Hey, yeah, I want to get on here while we're in the car wash and talk about trials and tribulations. Like, we're all gonna go through this as entrepreneurs. And I want you guys to realize that if you're going through trials and tribulations, then chances are this is like a period for God or whoever you, I guess, believe in. Personally, it's God. For me, it's testing you to see, one, if you really want it, and two, it's helping you to gain the knowledge that you need to gain to be able to get to the next level. Currently, like the last couple of years, I've been stagnant. We've been doing consistent 50 to 80K months across this jewelry store. And, I've been wanting to push to the next level to the point where we're doing multiple, hundreds of $1,000s a month. Every Q4, we're able to push 6 figures a month, but we've never been able to do it in the evergreen season. I've always been like, yo, how to do this with a jewelry store? How do we do this? I want to do this. I want to do this. And I've always been saying, yo, I want to hit 100K a month consistently month over month. So God was like, yo, you want to do that? Bet. And I was always praying, yo, I want to do this. Yo, how am I going to get to this next level? And he's like, bet, you want to get to this next level? Then you're going to have to be able to understand that there's things that you don't know. There's a lot of things that I learned this year that I didn't know in the last 4 years of ecom. And I promise I learned more knowledge in the last year. And it's not even been a year yet, for real, than I've learned in the whole 4 years of ecom. And these are valuable things that, have allowed me to slowly been able to not scale this health store because it's not doing well right now, but has allowed me to essentially start and gain more knowledge and understand what I've been missing and help me to just break down how to, again, get to the next level. So obviously I'm not there at the next level yet, but just take every trials and tribulations in your life as a lesson from God to just teach you, bro, what you need to learn to get to the next level. That's all it is. You're not going to get it the way you want it. Like, obviously I thought we would be at 100K a month way sooner on the series. Last year, we've been doing this shit since last year. We hit 100K, damn near 200K in December, but like we haven't done it consistent again. And obviously I thought it would happen last year. It didn't happen. Again, it's not going to happen when you want it. It's on God's timing, and he's going to have to teach you, get you to the point, or help you get to the point that you want to get to. So I'm not stressed. Everything's going to play out right. Everything in my life has always played out right. When it's, not necessarily one I want it to be, but I've always got to the point that I want to get to. As long as, one, I never stop. Two, I keep believing in God. And three, well, to be honest, one, it should be believing in God. Two, I never stop. Three, bro, trials and tribulations, man. That's what it is. That's the name of ecom. You're always gonna have to put out fires. You're always gonna have to learn new shit, get better, and that's what it is. I'm not good enough to be doing, these consistent 100K months. Again, I'm capable of doing it December Q4. That's the easiest time to do it, but we're not able to do it consistently. Seems like it's a vehicle problem. Which vehicle problem? I mean vehicle with, the store that I've been operating. Although was pretty branded, the product itself hasn't been the best opportunity for us to do well. So now again, we're in a position we have to pivot, change products, because I never did it when we were supposed to. When we were supposed to do it a couple, months ago, last year, I never necessarily tested new products. I never necessarily did this and that. And now we're paying the price for it. We're paying the price. Let's be real. And now I'm, back in the trenches, grinding, putting in work, doing what I need to do, And you know, it's part of the game, man. Don't get over, depressed about it. As long as you're in a position where you're still making money or whatever, or you have a job to sustain what you're doing, not still making money, but you have a job to sustain, what you're doing, or just have savings, you'll be fine, bro. As long as you don't completely go broke. But yeah, man, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, I'm just getting the shit dried up before I pull off. And then we'll head to the gym, get a, rev check going. If you guys made this far into the video, let me get out of here. I don't even know if y'all can hear me for real. But if y'all made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate it. Y'all be listening to my vents and just, show me love. So I really do appreciate it. But yeah, if you made this far in the video, just comment the word like Tesla, man. Maybe not Tesla, because people don't be fucking with Teslas these days. Maybe the word like whatever. Let's just say the word Tesla, just so I know you made this far in the video. You listen to my yap, and you just resonate with the grind, man. You want to grind, you want to make this money, you want to get to the next level, and you want to take care of your family. That's at the end of the day the whole goal of this ecom shit. It's not necessarily to get the flashy stuff that you want in this life. It's to be able to be able to sustain your lifestyle, be able to take care of your loved ones, and yeah, that's basically it. Everything else is essentially an add-on. So yeah, comment the word Tesla. Discord, free Discord in the chat, tap in. And right now I'm heading to the gym, boys. So I don't low-key have nothing else to yap about, so I'll turn on the camera when I get honestly to the gym. Anyway, let's stop before our video gets cooked. But yeah, rev check, and then let y'all boys go about your day. Shopify real quick. This is the I just leaked this shit, I think. This is the health store. Decent day. Yesterday, yeah, we already did more than we did yesterday. Probably get to 1K days soon, who knows. Why is it not loading? I'm trying to show the jewelry store real quick. Jewelry store is on 100 some. Nothing crazy, literally nothing crazy. Yesterday, same thing. And this is like organic, like people just buying off like either they purchased in the past or they probably just added to their wish list and they're gonna buy anyway. So like, yeah, it's gonna be the end of the video. We are in the trenches. We'll get out of there hopefully by Q4. If not, then we're just cooked, bro. But catch you on the next video. Yeah, hopefully y'all are taking action today. Hop on the Discord. I'm answering all questions, shit like that. Yeah, we could just go together. Blah blah blah. Peace.